Welcome everybody. We're here for the Paladins patch notes for patch CB20. My name is Dry Bear, or sometimes known as Rory.
Yeah.
And this is our janitor, HiRez.
Hello, everyone. We're ready to go.
So this says it's been a while since we've patched. It's been a couple weeks, so we've been working on something.
How many weeks exactly?
Actually, this week we'd make 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
That's right.
So it's a long break.
That's right. So since we were at our pacing at HiRez, that's not a lot, right?
We live in dog years.
Dog years.
So basically
3 weeks equals
you multiply what, by 7 or something
7.
like that?
Yeah. So 21 weeks.
So yeah, it's been like almost half a year now.
Yeah, I feel older.
Yeah.
I feel a lot. In fact, I've got some white hairs on the side of my head now.
I've noticed that.
And then the beard too. It's getting whiter.
My white hair is now starting to change into gray hair.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Well, you can't go from white to gray. Gandalf went the other way.
Yeah.
You can't revert back to gray.
I'm going so fast. I'm going back in time.
Okay. So we have a lot to cover today. That's why we actually have a full hour block scheduled for you guys. We're going to start now and go all the way up to Smite patch notes, I believe, is today at 4 o'clock Eastern. That's 10 o'clock CEST. So let's go ahead and hop into it. The first thing that we want to talk about, just so you guys are aware and listening, if you haven't seen our 10 principles of beta, we posted all our patch notes right now for Paladins, just so you guys know what our philosophy is when we develop. Here it is on screen. I'm not going to read through all of them, just so you guys get a general idea. We like to make sure that games are built as a service. Their games are always evolving, always built into something new.
We mostly want to remind everyone that with this patch of Paladins, so many things are changing, that the game is an evolving thing.
It's evolving.
And therefore, just don't panic.
That's right. We were Squirtle. Now we're War Turtle. We're hoping to get to Blastoise, and then maybe even a Mega Blastoise. But yeah, we iterate very quickly. We're a very design-driven studio, so we like to focus on making the game fun first.
All right, let's get going.
Go.
You're starting to sound a little bit like, what's his name? I already forgot.
Bart?
Bart!
You forgot Bart?
I didn't forget Bart. But
You just forgot Bart.
I just lost the words.
Bart.
And, I always used to have to remind Bart to move a little faster.
Okay.
So, time to move. Oh, look. The Bart spam is on.
The Bart spam is in. So what do you want to talk about first? You want to talk about Ying?
Well, let's give them the high-level overview of the things we're going to be talking about today.
Okay, just like an outline?
A few just major points.
Sure.
Go over,
okay,
and then
so
we'll start going over.
We'll talk a little bit about Ying. You've seen a little bit about her, so we'll just touch on her briefly. We'll talk about the new card system or the updates to the current card system. We'll talk about burn cards and what that means for you. We'll talk about how to get the Fernando skin for Ares and Smite. We'll talk about what it means that you'll be buying champions now and how to get them. We'll talk about the fact that you no longer have a maximum account level anymore, and you may be able to earn chests forever. We'll talk about how you can now pick which champion you want to craft a weapon skin for instead of just crafting it randomly across the board.
I think you're already reading the notes at this point.
And we'll talk about a beacon.
All right, sounds good.
Okay.
So, what do you want to start with? Ying?
We'll start with Ying.
All right. What's Ying got?
So Ying is, you saw a little bit of her last week, just a tiny little dose. We can probably just hop into a match really quickly. Bringing the client on my screen so we can show you really fast. She's the newest champion to join.
I think they like the no level cap and chests forever thing.
Chests forever sounds like a really, I mean, it's like, that's like a diamond commercial.
Yeah. It is very nice.
Every chest begins with C? Is that how it works?
You're well beyond anything I can understand at this point.
Okay, I'm in the weeds. I'm in the weeds at this point. All right, I'll hop in a match. We'll show you Ying really quick. I'll probably just kill our man behind stage, which is Kret, if you're not aware. And, all right, so I'll hop in Capture and Siege. I'm in Capture and Siege right now, so my partner in crime will get us into a match when he is ready to go. Driver, come back to Smite. No, I'm on Paladins. They don't see the shirts.
It's a Paladin shirt.
This is a shirt that says Paladins. Who are these people? You see these? Did you see this, HiRez?
Yeah, it's very nice.
Well, I can't force the match, so I'm going to have to get someone back there to do it. They're asking me to do it. I can't do it. Okay.
Okay, so no Ying?
It's coming up.
It is?
Yep, there it is. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
All right. So you can show my screen now. I happen to have a skin on, so this is going to be a little bit of a... It's just a first level skin.
What is it?
There is apparently construction in the building, so...
What is that?
Just like our games, our buildings are always evolving.
How about locking in so we can start?
So this is Ying. Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't even know what's going on anymore.
Is that some part of the game, or is that actually outside?
That's outside. There's construction going on right now.
But why do we hear it?
Because it's going through our microphones.
But it's not here.
It is here. Pull off your headset. It's right here.
Oh, it is?
It's in this building, yes. Like I said, like our games, our buildings are always evolving.
All right, here we go.
So we're in a match now. I'm playing Ying. Just you guys, I mean, you saw a little bit of last week, but just go over really quickly. Her weapon is the illusory mirror, and she's very floaty, so she kind of hops around. The weapon fires a brief beam that deals damage, sort of like Grok, but it has like a little bit more of a downtime in between it. Her first ability is called Illusion. When you pop the illusion on the ground, it looks like you. It acts like you, except it can't move. It'll fire on enemies and will act in your stead as much as it can. You can have up to 2 out at one time. So you can put them here. Obviously, if you see a moving Ying, you'll know that's the real one, but the real Ying can stand still, and you won't be able to tell the difference. When you damage an illusion, they glow, but you guys can just see a little bit more of that from the ability reveal. Now, her right-click works with the illusion, so you spawn the illusion. Her right-click will then trigger that illusion to explode. So it'll go like this. It'll go into a state. If it finds an enemy nearby, it'll run towards them and explode on them, dealing damage. So I can kind of hop down here and... Oh. Did I? There it is. Okay. So there's that. So what I can do is I can spawn an illusion here. It'll fire on enemies, deal damage to them. And then if I click to shatter, it'll explode, dealing damage as well. Looks like we got someone in the wall there. And it'll deal damage. It'll shoot along. They do have health bars. They are pretty easily killed, but it's more about misdirection for her. Her F ability, her third ability, is called Dimensional Link. And what she will do when she presses it, she'll swap locations with an active illusion. And then for 4 seconds, she can continue to do this as much as she wants, and then it'll go on cooldown. And this allows her to put illusions everywhere, swap them a bunch, confuse a bunch of people, use that misdirection for her advantage. She's obviously not highly mobile, but she uses that vision as her opportunity to distract people. Her ultimate ability, and I'm going a little bit quickly just because we have a lot to cover today, and you guys saw a little bit of Ying last week. Her ultimate ability is called Illusory Rift. She will actually spawn 5 illusory prisms from the rift on every enemy on the entire map. These illusions do not deal damage, and they cannot move, but they can be interacted with by Ying, just like illusions, so she can shatter them, make them explode, and she can swap with them. And what they'll do is when they're firing on enemies, you see right there, they'll reveal enemies. So I can see them through walls, and it's just for me. And they also confuse them. So if you get damaged by this crystal, or you get hit by this crystal, you don't get damaged. But if this crystal touches you, you'll get confused, which means you'll lose all health bars on your screen, you lose all player names on your screen, and you don't get any outlines, and everyone looks like an enemy to you. So right now, I can't tell if these are enemies or friends. If I hit them, I'll be able to tell, but most of the time, I don't know what's going on because I'm very confused. So obviously, it's really great, useful tactics for spraying around the map, confusing enemies, but obviously, once you use it, you can kind of use that and see it, and then you can immediately swap with one of them, swap another one, go across the map, explode them, they'll deal damage, that kind of thing. So it's really good for seeing where the enemies are, locating them for yourself, swapping with them, and dealing extra damage along the way. And that's Ying.
Yeah, actually, I didn't think much of the character to begin with, and then I played her, and it's really a lot of fun. Okay,
well, that's good. Hopefully a lot of you out there feel the same way.
Yeah, so she's actually pretty fun to play.
So there's Ying, and that is that. We're back to it. Oh, thank you for that. Thought we were on that camera, but I guess we're not.
All right. We're going to move on since we have a lot more to cover today.
Yeah, people saw a little bit. So let's go ahead and talk about the updates to the card system, you think? Or you want to skip that for now?
Let's go through gameplay stuff first. Since that's what you have up in there.
What we got right here?
I see gameplay.
Okay, gameplay. So the respawn beacon is gone, but not really.
Well, we'll talk about the respawn beacon later, so we can move on to the next one.
Okay, so just a small number of things. The Siege Engine now deals 2.5 times damage to shields and deployables. That means that Barrack's ultimate doesn't defend you for forever because the Siege Engine can't kill it. It also means that the new thing about it as well, the Siege Engine cannot get the last blow on the vault. So that means that a player has to finish the game. The Siege Engine cannot finish the game by itself. We've also reduced the damage it deals to the vault to a flat 100 damage. So the vault is primarily a player-based objective.
Yes.
Players have to finish it.
Players have to finish off the vault.
That's
right. The Siege Engine will not finish off the vault.
That's correct.
Okay.
So that is added in. Those are kind of small things. Skip on that.
The beacon is not exactly gone, so you guys should wait up.
That's right. It's not completely gone.
We'll talk about that.
In general, we have champion purchasing. Want to cover that really quickly?
Sure.
Okay, so champions are not free anymore. They have to be purchased, but they're actually really, really cheap. They will cost 2,500 gold, which is a very small amount of gold, and we're still working on the numbers there. Players who get a new account they'll get 5 permanent champions.
We get 5 free ones.
So those will always
and
be
then
available
you
to
just
them.
unlock them for 2,500 each.
That's right. And so, yeah, as you're leveling, you'll get chests, and you'll get gold from matches. I mean, you'll get gold pretty quickly. You'll unlock all the champions pretty fast within your first playing experience. Now, one thing we're going to do as well, since we didn't have this previously.
And just to explain the reasoning behind that is that what we found out is that given all the champions for free in the beginning, one of the things it does is it overwhelms a lot of people.
Right.
And it's almost too confusing. So this allows you to essentially just play a few matches.
Right.
And have enough gold.
Get used to the game.
To buy the next champion that you want, and you can always get them. But they're very inexpensive relative to the cards that you have to earn, which take a lot more time.
They're actually really cheap. We want them to be. We want them to be very accessible.
2,500 gold, not 250,000. 2,500 gold.
2,500.
So if you want to craft one epic weapon skin,
that's 10,000.
That's 4 times the amount of getting one new champion.
Yes, a weapon skin is 4 times the amount of a character. One thing we're going to do as well, since previously those of you who are in the beta had access to the characters, we're going to maintain that. So anyone who has an active account in Paladins for the day that we launch this patch will be given Ying and everyone before her. So if you are a previous player, you're kind of like a legacy player of Paladins, you've been playing through all the phases, we'll give you every champion that we released up to Ying and including Ying, and then obviously moving forward, anyone who makes a new account or new champions that come out after that will need to be purchased for those people.
Okay.
Also, the Founders Pack will include the Champion Pack, which means if you buy the Founders Pack, you'll get access to all current and future champions, just like we do with Smite. Then obviously we'll have 5 champions there. We're also adding in the ability for people to specify what champion they want to craft a weapon skin for.
Right. So right now, when you craft a weapon skin, it's for anybody.
Right.
And instead of making random, if you like a particular character, since you're already spending 10,000 gold,
yep,
you get to choose which one you want it for. You don't get to choose a specific one,
right,
but you get to choose which one you
It's important to clarify, it is still random. You're just randomly choosing for a character. So you want a Barrack weapon skin, you'll craft a weapon skin for Barrack randomly, but it won't be randomly from the entire pack, so it's a little bit more specified there. We no longer have an account level limit, so you can level infinitely.
And once you reach level 30, you need the same level of XP to keep getting it. So it doesn't progressively get any harder after that.
It's the same amount
It's the same amount, so that way you can keep getting chests.
That's right.
On a relative frequent basis. We figure it's about 4 hours of game time or so.
Right, about 4 hours
about
per
4
level.
hours to gain a chest every single time.
And that's at the highest level. At the lower levels, you'll be getting chests really quickly until you get up to level 30. For those of you who don't know, level 30 is the max currently in Paladins, and with this next patch, it'll be infinite. And then 30, the difference between 30 and 31, 31, 32 is all the same for the rest of your account levels. So as you play, you'll be constantly unlocking chests and getting loot, which inside those chests is cosmetics too, skins and stuff. So you'll have opportunity for that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that down. So I guess one thing we should mention before we move on to some of the other kind of Paladin stuff is, I know a lot of people are questioning, how do I get the Fernando skin for HiRez and Smite? It actually is available through the Founders Pack, purchased through Paladins, and that has actually been kind of running now. So if you want to get the Fernando skin for HiRez and Smite, go ahead and pick up the Founders Pack. And then obviously, if you got the Founders Pack, you may as well use the fact that you have a Champion Pack, all the champions available. Check out some Paladins at that point and see how you like it. Give us your feedback. Up next, we should probably go ahead and go into the cards.
Wow.
Unless you,
let's do it.
Let's do it. Like, it's just a couple champion fixes.
Okay, so
it.
let's do a little philosophical piece before we get into
We're going high level. We're going high level.
Before we go into the actual details.
We're going to stay up here for a bit.
As you know, we've spent a lot of time changing the card system around. So just to even move backwards a little bit, like all the way to the beginning of time. Beginning of time meaning beginning of Paladin time.
My God.
It's like P0.
P0, okay. We're on P0.
So initially when we started in the game design, we looked at Paladins as a game that will have a limited number of classes and a lot of cards. That was more of the theory, right? Like a card shooter FPS thing, right? So if you look at a game like Hearthstone, there's 9 or so classes, and then we thought Team Fortress, 9 or so classes. So it's like Team Fortress meets Hearthstone kind of a thing, and everything will be good.
Right.
That was the original concept.
That was the plan.
But that's not what people wanted, it seems.
Right.
So we kept getting constant feedback as to we want more champions because that's what makes it interesting. And actually we don't care as much about cards because they confuse us. So we try to take all of those lessons and then apply them to the game.
Right.
And because of that, we've shifted our card system along the way many times to try to accommodate that best combination. So, by the way, Paladins will come out for the consoles also at some point. So I see a lot of questions about PS4 and Xbox. We do plan to put it on consoles.
Confirmed.
So we'll go back to cards now. So with that in mind, we kept changing around the card system to get something that feels right. But there are a lot of issues associated with trying to get the cards feeling right. Everything due to the way you level, the time to kill, changes along the way in the match.
People being varying strength at different times.
Yeah, so there's been a lot of confusion along the way. We've tried many things. So we actually have a system now in the newest one that is some of it goes back all the way to Global Agenda days for anybody that remembers something called device points.
G0.
There's probably going to be some person that still remembers device points from the Global Agenda days. And some of that is going to be utilized in it, along with a few other systems that are both popular in other FPSs and in something like Smite as well. So with that in mind, this is what we're doing. Go ahead.
So just to recap, for those who don't play Paladins or are not aware what the current system is, in current Paladins right now, you will build a deck of 5 cards. You go into match, and those cards will start at rank 1, and you'll spend level points or experiences you gain to level up specific cards to make them stronger.
You no longer do that.
You no longer do that. Those cards previously had 4 ranks on them, so they had 4 different levels of strength. We've now taken those 4 ranks and split them into 4 cards.
Now, do we actually want to show that visually on the screen?
I mean, we could.
If we can, it might be easier to understand.
Okay, so we'll go here. If you want to show it on my screen. Oh, it's a different screen. Okay, so you'll see right there. Actually, I can't even see that. Can we swap to my screen? I can't see that at all. Okay, so we're going to swap to my screen here. So
we're not that young anymore. The eyesight does not work for that distance.
I learned that today. So you see that the champion screen, obviously we've made some UI improvements for those. You see that right away. Let's just go to Barrack, right? That's pretty straightforward. You'll see... Let's not go to Barrack. Let's go to Cassie. Cassie's a good option. Let's do Cassie. Okay, so Cassie's here, and you see that we obviously made some optimizations here on it. So you get the skins, weapons, and cards. If you go to cards, you'll see that we have 4 levels. We've reduced the rarities from 5 down to 4. So it'd be common, rare, epic, legendary. But you'll see that next to each of these cards, there are if they're not a shared or neutral card, they have a little Roman numeral next to them. So if I kind of move along on this a little bit, let's go over to rare. You'll see that these have 2, these have 1, this has 3, right? And there's another one, 4. So we basically took the 4 ranks on the previous cards and split those out into 4 different cards. So Blast Shower 1, Blast Shower 2, Blast Shower 3, Blast Shower 4. And those equal the values they were before. And so what you're going to do now when you build a deck is you're actually going to specify what cards you want to put into it based on those varies. But there's a catch. We have points. So a 4 card costs 4 points to put in your deck. A 1 card costs 1 points to put in your deck. And then as you build it up, you have a maximum of 12 points. So you could say, we can actually build a deck right now. Let's say I want a Blast Shower build. I like Blast Shower, so I'm going to get Blast Shower 4. That cost me 4 points to put it in there. So now I kind of split up the points based on the rest of the cards and how I want to deal with it. So let's say I want Trauma 1, I get a little bit slow on that. Since it's a Blast Shield or Blast Shower deck, what I want to do is, looks like this doesn't have an arrow. Oh, it does. It's invisible.
Oh, and you probably want to explain just the color difference between those 2 cards. The cards, the brownish-looking cards are shared cards,
right?
That everybody gets for all the classes. They're kind of like the common deck,
right?
That previously
they're not character specific. Everyone has access to them,
right? And the silver cards are class specific,
right? These are just Cassie cards, and these are cards that everyone has access to. So this shows me the card I'm replacing right now. I have 11 out of 12 points in my deck. And so maybe, actually, I don't like Blast. I'm going to do a roll build because roll's fun. So I'm going to do Exaction 4. So what this does is after I dodge roll, my next shot deals additional damage. I want the 4th one because I really want some damage there. You see, I've actually gone over my point total. So I can't save this deck until I bring this down to 12 or lower. So obviously the combo with that is going to be Incitement. So here's the 4 levels of incitement. You can see rank 1 gives me 1.5 second reduction of cooldown, and then all the way up to rank 4 is 6 seconds. But I really want to buy into this dodge roll build. That's kind of my focus for this deck. So I'm going to get rank 4 of that as well. So now I'm gone up to a lot of points here. I need to start reining these back in so I can get down to 12 points. So now that I have my 2 combo cards, I really want to build this dodge roll deck. Let's get some actually auxiliary stuff in there. I want to heal, so I'm going to get killed to heal 1. I just need a little bit of health on kill just to keep me sustained. On that, I think I'm just going to get probably, see what else we can get here. I'm going to go down to common just so I can bring my point total down. I'll probably just want to get maybe some Fatal Sign, a little more damage on the ult.
Now let me explain something to everyone. This deck building is really cool. This new concept is really neat. But it's confusing as hell to me as a new player.
Oh, that's true.
Right? I don't want to deal with it. In fact, I'm not even a new player. I've played all of this before, but there's a new class coming. I really don't want to deal with that. I just want to play the game, right?
Right.
Stop confusing me with all this stuff.
Okay.
How do I play the game if I don't want to do all this?
So I just built the dodge roll deck.
Right, dodge roll, yeah.
But I put a lot of thought into that. And so if you don't want to put any thought to it, you're a new player, you just want to hop into a game and play, we've actually built 2 different kinds of decks for you. So these are the custom decks down here. You can modify these as much as you want, have as much fun with it.
So you get 4 custom decks.
4 custom slots down at the bottom. Now, at the top here, we have pre-built decks for you.
Yeah.
So these are decks that, now number 1, we've made a starter deck that everyone has access to. They're made out of shared cards, and we've made it a little more even here. So if we bring up the starter deck, you can see we've added a new shared card called Aggression. This gives you weapon damage, flat, so it gives you more damage. And then we have some heals, some cooldowns, maximum health, and some movement speed on the mount. So it's a very well-balanced kind of starter deck just to really get you started into the game. And every player will have access to this at all times, even on a new account, so you'll be able to pick this right away. But we also built templates for you. So these templates are interesting. These are actually decks that we've said, these are really good builds. In fact, this is almost identical to what I just built here, this rock and roll deck. And there will be descriptions displayed on the menu here showing what the deck is for, how the build is played, and stuff like that. So you'll be able to kind of see this here. And it's a 12-point deck fully loaded. But the difference here, see if I can go to a character I don't have a lot of cards on. A little bit less. I have a lot of cards in this account. I guess Pip's not bad. So I only have 58 out of 76 cards. So if I go to my decks here, see none of these are locked out. But these are templates built out for me. You see I haven't really filled these out completely, but we have specified a good deck for you. And as you earn these cards, it'll automatically fill the holes for you. Now, you don't own this deck right away. So you'll have to earn the cards for it. But it's pre-built.
The starter deck is 12 out of 12 points, so you got something to always begin with that is fairly strong.
Right.
And then these other decks, as you acquire the cards for them, will show you out of the 12 points how many points you've gotten to so far. Now, you can start playing them anytime you have all 5 cards, but that might be just 5 points.
Yep.
But then as you get better cards that fit into that play style, then you can start utilizing that deck in a stronger fashion.
So these are always here. These can't be modified, and as developers, we'll update these as the meta changes and make sure you have the best decks available. But as you play them, you'll want to make adjustments to them.
So really, from a playing perspective, if you go into the play menu, show people how they select that. It's very simple, right? I'm
in a party.
Oh. Leave them.
I'm leaving him. Goodbye, Charlemagne.
So really, all you have to know as a player is you go in, you start a match.
So first time playing, I don't know what I'm doing.
You pick a character.
I like her. She's pretty.
Right.
I'll lock in.
And now you can basically, you have your basic deck to start, but if you want to, you can just change
3 shots, 3 explosions, 1 kill. Keep them at range, blast them out of the sky. This is a Sky Warden anti-air deck. You got a dodge roll. I built this myself. So you kind of page through your decks is the starter one, a balanced deck for all champions. And it has a little description there showing you just jump and roll and kill everybody. And you basically know what this does and how to use it. And if you have these cards unlocked, it'll automatically fill the holes for you. It's pre-built for you. You basically just, if you never want to make a deck, you don't have to. We've made some for you.
Right.
And if you earn the cards, you'll be able to use it right away. And you don't have to worry about modifying them or changing them. You just get to play.
Right. So even if you're starting a new character, it's very easy to jump into it, pick a kind of play style that you want, and start playing with that play style.
That's right.
And there's no leveling of the decks during the match because you already have your deck preset.
Yep. So no in-match leveling of the cards. You have your deck built out right away, so you can see this is already.
And there's only
here.
one deck type now. Before that, we had
right. Yeah, it's just champion decks.
It's just a 5-card
champion
deck. Okay.
And the beauty of this system, right, is you have a lot of freedom to combine things. One thing, actually, as I hop out of this and show you guys, legendaries no longer have a restriction on them. We've actually brought down the value on all the legendary cards just to bring them together and make sure that things are working out that way. But you can combine any way you want. And as you can see, cards that used to be big, so go here, I can replace this with big game. So these are both legendary cards that both deal damage that used to be locked out into one.
Legendary just means 4-point card.
That's right.
So any card can
So
be a
they're all
4-point
across.
card.
I mean, I get 4-point cards across the board here. Obviously, run on my points, but you can see that we don't have a restriction on decks anymore. You can build whatever you want. So one of my favorite new combinations that came out of this is I can do double time mega turret. So I can have 2 mega turrets on the ground shooting rockets at people. So that really allows you to kind of have the freedom that you want. That's something we got a lot of feedback on. People want to have more freedom in deck building, and so this is a system that we've come up with that allows you to do that with a restriction on it.
Now, I saw something saying burn cards.
Burn cards.
What's a burn card?
Bernie Sanders?
No.
Okay.
But you can feel the burn in here too.
Okay. So these are the decks you build, but there's something else that players will be able to get access to. See, we go here.
You cannot build a deck with all 4 levels. Don't forget, there's a point system.
Yes.
You have a total of 12 points. If you tried to do 5 cards that are 4 points each, that would be 20. 20 is greater than 12, therefore you cannot use a deck
Look, I have
like
3
that.
legendary cards. I can't save it, and at the top it's red and says I have 15 out of 12. I cannot save this deck because I have too many points in it.
Right. So
'Cause
you
I have
have to
3
decide
legendaries.
which ones you want to be at the highest levels and which cards
What's
you want
most
to be at the low
important to
level.
you, right? So I just changed this here, so now I have 12. I can save the deck. Boom, it's done. But it won't allow me to go over that point total. So I can choose where I want to put those points, but I have to make sure it's always under the specific amount of 12 points total. Okay, so we're talking about burn cards. Burn cards is a new thing we're putting into the game. We're actually still putting it into the UI as we speak, I believe. What I can do is actually just show you in this match. So I'm going to go ahead and select on Cassie. We've been talking a lot about her. I go to burn cards. So these are cards that are activatable in match. They're active.
And for people that came from Smite, they would know them as
relics.
As relics now.
That's right.
So they're very similar to the relic system, where you get to select 3 cards that are going to be activatable cards.
That's right.
And they're going to be on a cooldown system.
Yep.
So you'll be able to create builds with a little more variety in them.
So you have specific things you can do, and one of the things that if you run up to against, there's a burn card that says activate to gain a short period of time damage against shields. So if you feel like you're running into a Fernando and a Barrack and a Ruckus and there's too much around, and you have a burn card that says damage against shields, you can activate that, burn them down really quickly, right. And then be able to kind of get through that obstacle. So you see those in the bottom right corner of my screen. This system's actually still being worked on, so I wouldn't worry too much about the numbers that are there. But as I play, I'll be able to activate these and do different things.
Yeah. And the beacon is going to be
a burn card.
A burn card.
Yep.
So for those of you that want a beacon, you can still get it now. It might be a 5-minute cooldown card. So
but for a brief period of time, you can activate a portal for your team to teleport. But obviously, once it's destroyed, you've used your burn card, and that is now on cooldown.
Right.
You can get stuff like movement speed. You can do various things, and as these build up, you'll be able to activate them.
So it's very possible to have a beacon in this system, but it's going to be a lot more limited than it was before.
That's right. And the person that spent the burn card or equipped the burn card to go into match. Now, one thing we should mention, there's more than 3 burn cards. There's actually 7 currently in development that will be coming out
with
this
patch. We could end up calling
but
them active cards instead of burn cards, by the way.
Active cards?
Well, they're now activatable.
Oh my God, that's so brilliant.
Yeah. Change.
Change right now. Okay, so
Joe,
active cards.
They're now active cards.
Joe, if you're listening.
No longer burn cards.
They're called active cards. And so there's more than 3. You can only have 3 for the match. So you select these in the match lobby. You go into the match with them, and you only have those 3, so you can't swap them around.
Right.
So once you have, if you want a movement speed, an anti-shield one, the teleport beacon, we also have a recall one, which is kind of cool. You'll be able to use those throughout the match, and they'll be on cooldowns.
Joe goes, I'm on it.
Thank you, Joe. Live development in process, folks. So see if I can. I don't know if I'll be able to get this to. We're kind of in between right now. I'm not even aiming. I'm just shooting randomly. There we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. You also see that we kind of updated the taking damage. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, no, I'm taking damage. Is that gone? It's already gone. Okay, so now I have this this first burn card available. This one's called Agility. This gives me a burst of speed for a brief period of time. And the keys are mapped to 1, 2, and 3. So right now I'm going to be walking. I'm going to activate my burn card, and now I'm zooming a little faster. And this actually is basically a sprint for a good period of time, and now it's on cooldown. So I have this movement.
They want burn cards? Hey, do a vote. Anybody who wants burn cards, press 1. Anybody wants active cards, press 2.
1 or 2.
1 or 2. Nobody's typing out anything.
Waiting for it.
Ooh. Oh, that's a little
What,
hard to tell.
what was it? 1 was burn?
It's all over the place.
Can someone in chat like that knows stuff count
Okay,
those?
it's like half 2s, half 1s. There's a few 3s. I'm not sure what 3 means. What if we call them dry bear cards? Or just
Bear cards?
Bear cards.
Bearnt cards.
3 if you want a bear card.
Bear card. You guys can see we actually updated the damage system, so as my screen glows, I take damage. We're making improvements to feedback around getting damage and you know, in combat stuff. So hopefully that new system is pretty evident here.
Also, maps have more changes, like more cover and a lot of
Yep.
other miscellaneous stuff. That's very good. I think they like the dry bear card,
The bear card.
but bear card is winning.
Capture point has spawned.
The bear card.
I guess it's bear card.
I guess it's gonna be a bear card.
Let's just call it that. We'll see what
Okay.
people say.
You'll have a hand of bear cards that, when activated, turn you into a bear.
That should be.
That should be a bear
that
card.
should be
Oh
an-
my god.
That should be an active card. You turn into a bear for a short period of time,
That's
like a
right.
big tank. Bear skin. What about that? You have like a skin of bear, and
It makes you more tanky.
makes you more tanky.
All right. Okay. And then you,
Art,
can,
Art, did you get that, Art?
then you can say salmon card. You eat a salmon and you regain health. Just
we
like a
need,
bear
we need
would?
Art to really start moving in all those
Okay.
things.
All right. We expect this by actually tonight.
Burn card, B-E-R-N.
The Bernie card.
It's a social card.
That's right.
Everybody
for
gets
everybody.
one.
Everybody gets one.
Because everybody gets them.
It's a Bernie card because everyone has it.
They should call them a burn card because everybody gets them.
Oh, that's pretty great. Okay, so I'm not going on this, I don't think. Let's see. This loads in. Hopefully this isn't the new one. People got a little sneak peek at some of the queues we're testing internally. Did I crash?
I'm not even sure what you're in.
Can we swap to cameras just to make sure? Let's see. Can't tell if I crashed or not. I did crash. Oh no. Oh no. Secret cards. Ooh.
That makes no sense.
Feel
Okay,
the bear.
What else do we have on our list?
I was about to show it on the screen. We've made some updates to some of our maps, as you guys saw. Enchanted Forest and Outpost got some of the more notable upgrades. They're not, you know, the craziest of upgrades, but they're there.
The binds, by the way, are 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3 to activate your
cards.
Bernie cards, your bear cards, your burn cards, your active cards, your HiRez cards.
Nah,
No HiRez cards?
no, thank you.
See if we can't.
Crash cards. Somebody put it.
See if this works. I don't know if this will work. I'm trying. I'm trying.
Trump cards?
The trump cards.
We can have burn cards and trump cards.
And the trump card can be played no matter what, and it's always the best card.
It's always the best card,
It's always the best card.
no matter what you do.
That's right. You can't reason with it. You can't argue with it. It's the best card.
The card does nothing, but it's the best card.
You activate it and nothing happens, but it's the best card you can get.
I love that.
Okay.
All right,
Oh gosh.
let's move to your screen.
No, don't.
No,
Yeah,
don't, do
no,
not move
no.
to his screen.
It didn't work for some reason. Let's see
We're
if I
gonna
can
make
make it work.
Paladins great again.
We're gonna make Paladins great again. We're getting there with this patch, hopefully.
Oh, that's good.
You whispered me the card.
I'm gonna get me some orange hair.
I'm F dot? Oh no. That's not good.
No wonder it's not working.
That's why it's all broken.
So what's the next champion after Ying?
The next champion after Ying, I think it's a dragon.
The flying dragon with a rocket launcher?
A rocket launcher? No.
Oh, did we not tell people that?
What? It has a rocket launcher?
Wouldn't a flying dragon have a rocket launcher?
I
Come
would
on.
imagine so. He probably punches people.
That would be cool ultimate, by the way.
A dragon punch?
Yeah,
Just like a one-shot KO dragon punch?
yeah. Oh, we should do that.
Okay. All right, that sounds good.
All right.
That sounds like the best. It's not, doesn't seem to want to do anything. Oh, but crashed again. All right, that's not working. Okay. Well,
Just read some more notes.
all right, so we're gonna leave that out. We have some updates to. I can describe it for you. I'll post those little pits at the end, at the very end, the defender side of the map. We've actually filled those up, and so now it's a flat plane, so you don't get stuck in those pits. We felt like the gameplay just wasn't really great there. Sometimes you got stuck more often. We've added some more cover around there. There's now a crane that comes in that area that's holding a piece of wood. It blocks some shots, gives you some more cover as you're making that final push on Outpost. Enchanted Forest actually grew more trees. We poured some Miracle Grow all over the place.
Grow.
Especially the center point, which is wide open now, has a bunch of trees on it, so you can actually get more cover. We're just adjusting some of the gameplay spaces that we feel don't have the right gameplay that we want, or feel like you're just too exposed when you're there. So we're filling in some of those gaps on some of the maps.
When is this patch going live?
So this patch, we are working really hard right now to try and get it out. Our goal is to have it out tomorrow. If that doesn't work out though, and you know, we'll look at it, it may have to be pushed to Monday.
Okay.
But we're hoping we're getting it out as fast as we
So
can.
50-50 on tomorrow and 50-50 on Monday.
Yes.
That's my bet.
That's what we're looking at.
All right.
We could actually talk a little about some of the new cards we put in, because we did, in the midst of all this madness, we did put in a bunch of new cards.
Yes.
So there's a new card for Andraxis that makes it so Reversal no longer has a damage limit, and you deal additional damage based on the amount you absorbed. You also have a new card for Andraxis that heals him for the amount he absorbed. So it's a Reversal build for him. We have actually, what is it, 5 new cards for Barrack. One that when you put down your Dome Shield, it heals all your turrets inside to full and gives them bonus damage for the duration of Dome Shield. So you have a bunch of turrets down, or if you're doing the new Mega Turret, double Mega Turret build, you put them 2 of them down, you put it down, there's a Flame Turret, and all of a sudden all of them do more damage. It's like your overdrive kind of time. Enemies that walk through Barricade are slowed, reduce the cooldown of Barricade, increase the duration of Barricade, and then we have one that when you walk through Barricade, it gives you or your allies movement speed. We have 5 new cards for Buck. We have Concussion is making its way back. For those of you who are aware of it, if you land on someone with Buck, you deal damage. We have a new card that when you hit someone with Net Shot, it'll root others around that target, and then the level of the card scales the distance that it goes. We also have one that increases the weapon accuracy, one that increases the net shot duration, and then we have one that makes you deal more damage based on how many enemy players you trapped inside of your ultimate.
Okay.
So if you trap 5 players inside your ultimate, you'll deal 40% more damage for every enemy trapped inside of rank 4.
Okay.
So you get 5 people, that's 200% more damage while it's inside. If you can get 5 people, that is.
Yeah.
We had Blast Shower back in, and you guys saw that a little bit earlier on the UI, so you get 3 blast shots instead of 1.
Now some things have been nerfed on people on Barrack and on
Yes.
And on Buck, right?
That's right.
So there's certain combinations that you could do before that were somewhat overpowered.
Yes.
Because you have to spread the points around now.
You
on
can't
those
get 'em
12
all.
points. You really can't get what you were doing before. So
Right.
some of those overpowered builds
Yep.
are actually not realistic anymore.
That's right.
But then there's new builds that come to replace them that hopefully will be fun to play.
Yeah, we've addressed some of the issues, and there was a build for Buck that's kind of running, it's difficult to deal with right now, which is kind of the heal build with Reconstruction and Vigor and Giga Siphon and stuff like that. Those cards have been adjusted, but also on the new system, you won't be able to get, high levels of all those cards anymore, so that combination won't really be available. We have a card for Cassie that successful weapon attacks reduce the cooldown of Blast Shot every time you hit, so you can stack up Blast Shot. Lunge is coming back, so increase the distance of dodge roll. Megaton is coming back, so Blast Shot now applies a huge knockback.
So you can create the Blast Shot build.
That's right.
If you want.
So we're filling in the holes to make sure you can build all the cards that you want and get the right things in there. So also, there's a new card for Cassie that allows you to do more damage to targets that are in the air. And with this card, you get a flat reduction to your disengage cooldown. So you can knock people in the air and then deal more damage as they're flying away. You get a pretty significant boost on it as well. So it's pretty sweet. Eevee has a couple new cards. A card that reduces the knockback and damage she deals to herself if she shoots the ground. So you can, if you want to get rid of that aspect, you can. One that increases the duration of Ice Block, and then one that heals you for every second that you're in for Ice Block. So you can do kind of like a defensive Ice Block build. You have a longer Ice Block, and you heal for every second that's in it. Obviously, it's per second because you can cancel it early if you want to. A couple new Fernando cards as well. You get one that after dismounting, you get a burst of speed. So it allows you to dismount, get into the fight, kind of start blocking for your teammates. That one that says for every 400 damage your shield takes, you reduce the cooldown of Fireball. So as your shield's up, you'll tank. Fireball, you can bring the shield up and do the something
Fireball
like that.
build.
The fireball build.
Nice.
We have a new card that every time you hit an enemy with a fireball, it increases your movement speed for a brief time. So you can have, it's called Hot Pursuit. So you're kind of hitting with fireball and you chase someone down. We have a card that reduces the ammo cost of firing your flame lance. And then a new card that burns enemies for damage over time when you hit them with a fireball. So fireball build.
Yeah.
Fill in the
Nice.
holes. We have a new card for Kinessa that is more about taking down tanks. It deals extra damage for every 200 health your target has, so the higher their max health is, the more damage you deal. From Above for Pip is coming back. This allows you to shoot while you're jumping around in weightless. We also have a Healing Potion card that you gain part of Healing Potion's effect if you hit a teammate, but not yourself. So if you're throwing across the field to help your teammate, you'll get a little bit of that heal as well.
Dr. Pip.
Dr. Pip. That's actually the name of the build.
There's a build called Dr. Pip.
Dr. Pip. There's also a new card called Medicinal Excellence. This increases the amount healed by your healing potion. And then you have a card that reduces the amount of knockback and damage you take self from your weapon. Ruckus has a couple new cards. He has one that increases the movement speed while dual firing by a certain amount, so you can actually move around more when you have dual fire. We have one that says dropping below 30% of your max health grants you a health shield. So when you get low enough, you pop a new shield, more of a defensive build. And then we have a slow card that applies with dual fire. So when dual firing someone for a long period of time, they'll start to stack up a slow and get slower and slower. Sky actually has 2 new cards and some reworks to some of her cards. We reduced the cooldown on Hidden, the new card called Shadow Affinity. It reduces the cooldown on Hidden by a small amount, and then you can mount while hidden. So we took Cloak and split that into a couple new cards. And then a new card called Ninja that allows you to move faster while you're in Hidden, so more of a stealth build for her. Then is obviously we're going to be releasing a full list of the notes here shortly, especially explaining the card system, the new bear cards that are coming out. Some changes to the maps, the weapon skins, champion purchasing, the new champion, as well as all the cards that Ying has along with her. And that is the high level of it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. We probably start taking some questions now as well as we go through it. There's got to be a lot of questions.
Let's take some questions if anybody has them.
They're coming in. Oh, okay, so we also do have the Enchanted Forest change, if we want to bring that up on screen. So here it is. You can see right away you can see there's a lot more trees, right? And these trees are really just to break some of the line of sight so you can kind of get a bead on some of the enemies. If you go into the center point there, you'll see there's a bunch more trees in there as well. So this isn't more as a wide open kind of scary point anymore. You can actually get in close and use those trees as cover. And we're really evaluating some of our map design and map layouts to make sure our maps play better.
I see a lot of people asking about ranked games. I think, what's our plan for ranked? 2 to 3 weeks from now?
We want to get in as fast as we can.
All right. My guess is 2 to 3 weeks from now.
Okay.
Sounds good.
That is Erez's
Some
guess.
kind of ranked.
Some kind of ranked.
Yes.
Yes, we're working on ranked. But you can see that there was a lot of trees in there, so we'll be able
And
to...
spectator too. Some kind of spectator.
Some kind of spectator and some kind of ranked.
Sounds good.
Some kind of high-res. You cannot have 2 of the same card. That's one thing to mention as well. You can't have Blast Shower 4 and Blast Shower 3 and Blast Shower 2 and Blast Shower 1.
You can only have one.
You only have one Blast Shower
Okay.
on any one of the ranks based on the points.
Right.
So you can't have multiples, but you can mix and match any card you want. There's no more limitation on legendaries. Question about custom lobbies.
Will we have custom lobbies?
We're working on it.
We're working on custom lobbies.
Working
So
on custom lobbies. Some
will
kind of
have it.
custom lobbies. Some kind of ranked, some kind of custom lobbies, some kind of life.
the deck has to have 5 cards in it. You cannot
Yes.
build a deck with just 3 legendaries and 2 empty slots.
We tried that.
So basically, you've got to fill in all 5 slots.
That's right.
Which means that the most number of legendaries that you can have is 2,
Yes.
no matter what you do.
Yep.
And then you would need to have, you can have 2 legendaries, a 2,
And then
and
2
a
ones.
1/1.
Yep.
That would be
Um,
highest number of legendaries.
Yes, your point values range from 5 to 12, right? Because you have the 5 cards in the deck, so 5 level 1 cards will fill that in. In fact, the templates that we show to you, if you get a level 1 of each of the cards are in the template and it fills out, you can use it right away.
Right.
So you don't really need the highest level of all the cards in order to use the templates, but you will be able to have that there. And so you'll be able to kind of access that. But yes, you have to have 5 cards in your deck, and you can't have more than 12 points.
That is correct.
So that's the system. More vertical maps. We are looking at the verticality of the maps and adding higher levels. We're actually going through a lot of iterations on the maps. As I was scrolling through the key list, I'm sure you guys saw that. We have a lot of things to test and things that we're working on.
Yeah, there's still
map layouts.
Our maps are not where we want them to be yet.
That's right.
In terms of full playability. We're still looking at a variety of ways to enhance the maps.
Yep.
So they play better than they do today, especially as we added more characters with more verticality, and
Yep.
there are some more coming
Yep.
with that, like a dragon that
Like
flies.
a dragon, I imagine, would fly.
And so he needs some vertical space.
That's right.
And we will be adjusting the maps for that. There's no jiggle physics.
No jiggle physics.
Sorry.
We are working on a solution for delivering information to those who are making community sites. Likely, we're not really working on an API solution, but we're working on something. Be able to get that information down to you so you can create some cool community content. Trump card.
I think anytime we remove a card, we do
We give you gold.
we do give you gold.
Yep.
If we change the card, we don't really do anything with it unless
Right.
it changes in rarity. Now, the
Right.
new system is very different because there is 4 rarities
Of every
for
card.
each card.
Yep.
So most likely you'll want all of them and be able to get some more.
Yep.
We do plan to release Steam at some point, as long
Yep.
as all goes well and Valve works together with us.
That's correct. We're also working on a new payload map.
Working on a new payload map. There's a variety of maps. There's a few new champions
Yep.
being worked on. There's lore that is being worked on,
That's
from what
right.
I understand.
Correct?
When do you think we'll have some lore for them?
2 to 3 weeks.
Really?
Yeah.
That short?
Some kind of lore.
I was telling people like when we release the game, but okay. Some kind of lore.
Some kind of lore.
Maybe you can start hinting at the lore so
Okay.
you know what it kind of is. Which
Well, it explains a little bit why there are why it's called Paladins, but you play as a champion, and why there's a rift there, and why there's a separation between the two.
and why there's fantasy and science fiction.
That's right.
Okay. Sounds like you're gonna tie it up in some nice way.
There was an event that happened, and you're in the post of that world now, and that's why the characters
Do
are
we
the
have
way
any
they
new
are.
skins to show, by the way? Or new weapon skins or
I can
character
bring up
skins?
some. Yeah, let's see. You guys saw a sneak peek at a barrack skin, but that's not gonna be in this patch, so I wouldn't get too excited.
Are we gonna have the lore lady do the lore?
Oh my God!
Because people are kind of asking.
I don't
for
know.
that.
She was kind of mean to Mez in the Manicore video.
Oh, I thought Mez was mean to her.
They were mean to each other.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
like the lore lady.
she laughed at
We
him.
can have it tell. We can have it tell the lore.
Okay, lore lady.
I mean, she is called the lore lady.
She is called the lore lady.
Why are you showing him with that goofy gun?
Okay, so these are here. There's no new weapon skins for Barrack. Let's go to Sky. These are the skins that exist in live right now. But she does actually get a new. So for those of you who like this skin, the chrome skin for her, it actually has an accompanying weapon. Little blades sticking out of the side and stuff like that. So this is now available. And go through Cassie. She has the same ones and the same ones. Nothing new for her. Let's see. Oh, we got a new character skin for Pip called
Ooh.
Infiltrator.
That's cool.
Yes, you got little goggles on his head, a little more bandolier, got that shirt underneath. No new weapons.
Now, where do you get that skin?
Which one?
The Pip one.
This one?
Yeah.
In the chest, you unlock by leveling.
Okay, so this is a chest skin.
That's right. So we actually added a new system here at the bottom that says craftable, lootable, purchasable, and we're labeling all the skins with how you earn them if you don't own them. So you can see there's a lootable icon, which needs a little more black in there. And then when you hover on the skin, it has a lootable icon on it. So that's how you know how to get this specific skin, is it will be lootable through a chest. Let's see if we have any. No, I don't think so.
Fernando.
I don't think we have anything there either. So we have Androxus. So Androxus had this skin here, but he actually has new weapon skins. He didn't have any before. So here's the Magma one, kind of like a cool black and orange lava-looking pistol. He's got a purple one, black in there, and then he's got a little more rare one, which is almost like this kind of like angelic royalty weapon. It's got the white and gold with the blue light. And one thing I should mention as well, these actually affect your ultimate. So with this red one, you'll have a red dragon around your pistol when you ult. This will have a purple one. This one, I believe, has a blue one coming out of your hand when you
cool.
actually kind of ult into the accursed arm. The accursed arm gets affected by your weapon, not necessarily your character, because obviously Androxus' weapon is cursed, not himself directly. We also have some Ying stuff come out with her. So she has one recolor skin. Got that deep blue.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. We got some weapons here. So this is her base one. This is the one that kind of goes with it. So we're trying to match up some of the colors. So if you want to actually build a full skin, you can. Right, there's that, and then I go here and I click on that, so now they match. Here's another one. These are the rare ones.
And just so
There's
people
two
know, we are
epics.
working on some more, just not recolor skins, but more sophisticated skills that will be purchasable skins.
Right, stuff like this. They have like kind of the cool painting on them and some of the visuals and that. Working on more of those.
But I'm saying a full new look.
Right, yeah, an actual
essentially.
like themed skin.
Themed
yeah.
skin, and those will be purchasable skins,
Yep,
right?
those are coming up soon, and those will be purchasable, so you don't have to worry about getting those out of chests. I think that's about it on skins. Skinny skins.
All right, I think we covered the bulk.
We
of
covered the
stuff.
bulk of the stuff.
Then we're good to go. Let's go work on the patch.
You gonna go work on the patch?
We might as well go finish it.
All right, let's
so
go
we can
do
get it out.
All right, so that'll do it for CB20, guys. If you have any questions for us, we're actually hoping to put out the patch notes pretty soon here, and we'll make sure we verify all that stuff and get it out to you, so you can go line by line and see what actually changed in the patch. Like we mentioned before, we're hoping to have this out tomorrow if things go really well. If we have to kind of fix a couple problems, it'll hopefully be out at the start of next week and have that out to you very, very soon. If you have any questions, shoot it over to us. We'll answer them.
Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next